on the Facebook too, right?
Yeah, the first one.
But
Yeah, we live on YouTube. We will live so shortly. Leave it on being live shortly.
alright.
Together.
Together, that's what I meant.
Songez, l'organe, je vais la for turn off that picture.
Turn it off?
Media cabaret.
No, okay.
The picture that we have right now,
Turn off.
turn it off.
I know, like this.
What you gonna be short of?
Right now, it's like that.
Don't turn it off yet.
I know.
You put it on media source, then the thing you put the eyes on first, then you turn it on.
Before I even play the sound.
Yeah, before you play the sound, you gotta put it on first.
Put the sound first and then after that when
Then turn the picture off.
Okay.
You can do it now.
Yeah, put the sound first.
Put the media source first.
Scroll down.
I'm on TV.
No, I'm not video, I'm looking for the perfect picture.
Okay.
Alright, see?
I don't know. I'm not good at these parts.
One, two, three. Thank you. Good, thank you.
Alright. Media source is on. Alright, so let's go. We're gonna have to
Hello?
be a prayer for this. You guys, okay. Haibadim Labanim Yaroshalim. Let us stand and face Yaroshalim. Haibadim Labanim Yaroshalim. Please close the door. Someone's not coming in. Just leave them out. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Barakatah Hawa. Ba'Hashem. B'Mashiach. Yahusha. V'natan lanu. V'ayom. Ha'Shabbat. B'Shalom. Barak. Yishgayel. Tawara. Tamyan. Aman. Shema. Oh, Shema Israel, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Kad.
Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power is one power. Hallelujah. 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 We say all praise and glory and honor to the Most High, the Prophet Abraham, Isaac, and Yahuwah for leading us here and giving us another day, another opportunity to speak of His word in His name. We thank you for making us your ambassador to speak and to bring the truth out in these last days. We pray that our word may reach till the end of the earth, your word may reach till the end of the earth through our vessels, and that the work that we do through your name prosper. Pray that you bless this community which minister unto thee, sent men and righteous women that are willing to do thy work and to grow in that waiting for the day of a Mashiach. Bless all Israel around the world that are waking up in these days. Let them be made strong and let their hands be strong in the Most High. And give us knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and more importantly, give us unity among all Hebrew Israelites. And through thy word we shall be victorious. Bless our lips that speak thy word. Let it be as so. By Hashem Mashiach Yahushai, to what the Amen. The Shabbat may be seen.
We're not live on Facebook. We're not live on Facebook. You gotta go to the other browser.
Chrome?
You gotta go on Google and put it live.
It's literally live.
It does?
Yes, this is one watcher.
Okay. Let me check. Send me the notification.
YouTube live and this is live. This is N live for Jack. I mean, it's live.
Say live, right?
Live.
Not one person is on.
Sure, that's YouTube or Facebook?
Facebook.
YouTube and Facebook.
Both of them live.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check.
Please. I don't have Facebook.
You say you live, right?
It's not on GOS.
It's on DYC.
All right, thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. We say all praise and honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai for another day in this wicked kingdom, giving us a chance to breathe and to share the word of the Most High with the people. Oh man, that boy gonna give me a tough time. Shalom, Sister Rebecca. You bring me a snoring brother.
Hey sis, can you keep him outside with a Apache
While he's sleeping, yeah.
while he's sleeping?
Well, I might be teaching and say snort. He get in my mind. He don't play. He's a big boy. All right, so we thank the Most High for this good day. All right. you happy to be here today? Let me hear you come. All right, all praises. Okay, so remember,
Brother, remember to tap the little subscribe and all these little things.
Okay.
Text and everything. Not all at once, one at a time.
all right, so remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website, gyccommunity.com, and may the Most High continuously bless you. All right, all praises. So let's do this. The book of Egypt, from Egypt to freedom, Passover is near. All right, as we know, Passover is the 28th of March. You know, so make sure that you are prepared. We know what to do. Make sure you get the leaven out of your house. You know, the leaven, the pretty cakes. You know, so make sure you prepare accordingly. All right, so let's do this. Exodus, the first chapter. So we're gonna go over the whole history of the Israelites in Egypt and how we become free from these oppressive Egyptians. Right? Exodus chapter 1, verse 1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1, and verse 1.
From Egypt to freedom. Exodus chapter 1 and 1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1, and verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher.
Right.
And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. Verse 6.
So it was 70 of our people that went to Egypt. 70 souls. All right, read.
Verse 6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them.
Right, so the land was filled with our people. All right, and that's going to be a problem for the Egyptians. All right, let's read on.
Verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
Let us what?
Let us deal wisely with them.
We're going to deal wisely with them. All right? Just like America, they deal wisely with our people. They're even wiser than Egypt. Egypt actually go ahead and try to kill the boys, you know? But America, he make you kill the boys. Okay? He make you do it yourself. He put you on auto-destruction. They study psychology just for that reason. Okay? To set us up for destruction. But our people don't know nothing. They don't know what's going on. Okay? Read on.
Okay. Come, Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they have fallen out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Python and Ramses.
So they build treasure cities, Ramses, and all these art of work in Egypt. Okay, because the Egyptians were very concerned about the Israelite leaving Egypt. Why? Because we are the class that make them money. This is the same thing in America. The biggest, you see a lot of time they say you go back to Africa, but really they understand if Negroes ever leave this place, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna work the McDonald's jobs? All the bad jobs is our people that do them. All the lowest jobs. That's why they call it a workforce. Okay, workforce is where they keep you at. You have to make sure you stay there. I'm gonna tell you a secret. When America say let us deal wisely with them, the goal and the objective of America is to keep black people in the lower class. How did they achieve that over the years? Records, criminal records. You can also notice that even after you you done a crime, you pay for it, it follows you at the workforce. You understand? They pull up, oh, he's been in jail, we can hire him. Well, you pay for the crime already. Why should I still suffer? Well, the plan is to make sure that every black man in America have a record, every black woman, for little things. Things that white people will get away from, every time. Black people, you will get a record. Why? Because the more records you have, the more you can find jobs. And at least for you to even start a business, you at least need at least a source of income. But what's gonna happen when you can't find a job? It becomes 10 times more difficult. Like that, you either go do drugs, which is good for the system because they need people to sell their drugs. Right? They need people to work jobs without under the table jobs. A lot of our people work under the table because they can't find a proper job. You see, that's why Egypt said, let us deal wisely with them. Okay? That's what they do in America. Make sure we give them a record. Make sure they go to jail so we can keep them in a state of poverty so they can keep working the low jobs. You got to also notice in America, whenever a black man find a loophole in the system and made it, they close that loophole. If he invests, he made millions of dollars. Now they say for you to start day trading, you need to have $25,000, $50,000. It wasn't like that. A black man made it through day trading. They have to close the hole. How many black men you know that have $25,000 cash to start day trading? You don't. It's not easy like that. You see, so this is how the system works. Let us deal wisely with them. Keep them in poverty. And make sure they're not growing too much. Population control, eugenics. You understand? Let's put abortion clinics all over the neighborhoods, man. Let's make it free on the insurance. And guess what? Think about it. This is where the wisdom of so-called Esau come in. So-called white men come in. Because who most likely to abort babies? It's people that are going through things. Right? It's people that can afford to have babies. You're more likely to abort babies. So when you create abortion clinics, you're literally targeting blacks and Hispanics. Okay? Kill their babies. There's too many of them out here. Put them in prison for long years so that they don't populate. So I feel so sorry for the tribe of Judah, man. Most of these brothers are in jail, man. And probably half of their population is in jail, man. Get me that Isaiah 42, 22, man. That's what's going on, man. Most of them are in prison. Because if you put them that's why every little thing a black man do, you get a harsh sentence. Because this is a system from hell, man. This is the spiritual Egypt the Bible speaks of. Any little things you're gonna go away for a long time. Why? The longer you're in there, the more the likelier you're not gonna have children. We waste your youth. By the time you're old, then even though we pay you $1 million, nigga, we accomplish our goal. You got brother go in prison for no reason, man. Then after that, Esau say, I give you $2 million. They ain't gonna give you children when you 80 years old. Okay. Okay. We ain't gonna give you that life back. You ain't gonna have a lot of children anyway even if you get out at 60. You see what's going on? It's all part of the wise system. Let us deal wisely with them. Alright? Read that, Isaiah 42:22, brother.
The book of Isaiah 42, verse 22.
Read.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for prey and none delivered.
Right, so read.
For spoil and none saith restore.
Right, read that again, one last time.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivered, for a spoil and none said restore.
Right, none say restore. Brothers, what you're doing? I see Exodus on the screen.
No, it's Isaiah.
Oh, you changed? Okay. Right, so none stay restored, man. Isaiah 42:22. You understand? It says they're in prison houses. Like, let me tell you, that's why the Bible say, get that, Romans 8:16.
I agree. 42, Acts?
Yes.
42:22.
42:22.
Romans 8 verse 16.
Romans. Oh.
Romans 8 and 16. Let me show you something, brothers. I want you to understand that.
Romans what?
Romans 8 and 16.
The book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16.
Bring that out.
The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Right, so the Spirit bear witness. What is the Spirit? Who know what is the Spirit, sisters? Brothers? What is the Spirit? Brother Yadon, what is the Spirit? Not quite. What? Who knows what is the Spirit? Bible says the Spirit bear witness. What verse is that? John 6 and 63. Get me that. All right, we're jumping all over. So the Bible says the Spirit bear witness. So I got to break this down to you. All right? Because we just read in Isaiah 42:22, it states that, shalom, shalom, sis. Have a seat. Welcome. Right? It says the Spirit bear witness. Read that.
The book of St. John, chapter 6, verse 63.
Read.
It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right, so the word I speak unto you, they are spirit and life. So what is the Spirit? The word of the Most High is the Spirit. All right? The word is the Spirit. How you doing, sister? How you been? Long time no see. She got a head wrap?
Yes.
All praises. She come prepared. Good to see you, sis. All right. So the word that I speak unto you, they are spirit and life. So now we just read Isaiah 42:22. You read that again. Let's go back to Isaiah 42:22. Then we're going to go back to Egypt. Because we have to show you. Now remember, the Bible says the Spirit bear witness. The word bear witness that we are the children of the Most High. Read that again. Isaiah 42:22.
The book of Isaiah 42 verse 22.
Bring it out.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared and whole, and they are hid in prison houses.
So tell me today, what people are snared and whole in prison houses?
What?
Our people.
Exactly, our people. The Bible says this is a people robbed, spoiled, and hid in prison houses. Aren't we robbed? Aren't we spoiled? Isn't this nation going around making movies about black men killing black men? And I got guns, that my weapon is what raised me as a young brother. You know, they're promoting the black agenda, black women is God agenda, and independent black women. See, we are people robbed, we spoiled, and we hid in prison houses. So that's why the Bible said the word bear witness that we are the children of the Most High. Okay? That's how we know we're the true Israelites, in other words. Because all these things cannot fulfill. Like when you look at Isaiah 3 and 16, it says there's a Hebrew that I was talking to, a Jewish man. Everything the black man said, the Israelites said, the Jewish he's going to manipulate it, to put it on his people. Then the brother pulled Isaiah 3:16 and say, show me in history where your women have lost their hair. That he got them. You understand? Because the Bible said the daughter of Zion would lose all their hair. Instead of nice set hair, would be bald. Show me that. Show me where Jewish women have lost their hair. Yeah, they share it, but they didn't lose it. The Bible said, I'd make you bald. There'll be a disease in your hair. See, the Bible proves everywhere that we are the Israelites. Alright? So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Alright? So let's go back to Exodus. So the Egyptians say, man, let us deal wisely with them. We're going to make sure we destroy them. Alright? Let's see what they did. Exodus.
The book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt which knew not Joseph.
Which what?
Which knew not Joseph.
There's a new king that rose in Egypt that knew not Joseph. What does that mean he didn't know Joseph? It's not that he didn't know Joseph. Right? It's because he didn't recognize Joseph. He didn't care about Joseph and what Joseph did in the land. Right? In history books, they call him a nationalist governor, a Trump type. That didn't care about what Obama did. You understand? He did not recognize what Joseph had done for Egypt. Let's read on.
And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
Right, so get them up out of the land, man. So let's say it's too many of them. We're afraid they're going to join with our enemies. Especially when them Hebrews start rising up. They're like, man, we scared what they're going to do. They're going to make allies and destroy us.
Right.
Like the Israelites, man. We a threat to these nations as we're rising in these last days, man. Mm-hmm. They're seeing these Hebrews. I hear them talking online. They're like, look at them. They're bringing the Hispanics, two of our enemies. Yeah, there's a KKK guy you was talking. They're like, they're going to destroy America. Okay? You know, it's the same thing in Egypt. They were very concerned that the Hebrews were too many. So let's decimate some of them. Let's kill some of them. Let's give them corona. Yeah. Well, let's make sure that we don't take care of them when they come to the hospital so they can die. It's too many. They're making too many babies. Let's read on.
Verse 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Python and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
Right, they were grieved because of the children of Israel. Because the more you afflict a Hebrew, the more he grow. Because you know all that stress he put down on the wife. And he come from work, you oppress him, he's like, wife, come here, we making babies tonight. You understand? So the more they oppress the black man, the more, man, he pop babies out.
Right.
Because that's the only thing we do for stress. Back then, we didn't do drugs. We didn't do alcohol. The only thing we knew was our life. Come on, wife. Make me feel okay.
You already know.
Next thing you know, next week she have 2 babies.
You know what I want.
You know, the more you afflict a Hebrew, the more babies he pop out.
Like, bring it out.
And it grieved the Egyptians. It's like, what the? We give them 5 minutes break, they're already pregnant. They're what? What's going on? Alright, so let's read on. The more they afflict the Hebrews, the more they grew. Because we don't die, we
multiply.
That's what we do. All praise. Read on.
Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. Verse 13.
Read on.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
Now that when they realize that we multiply more, they're like, you know, put more on their plate. They don't have enough. They're idle. You know, give them more work to do. Maybe that'll slow them down. But America realized quickly that's, you know, work is not going to slow us down. That's why he put us in prison. It's like, give them 25 for anything they do. 25, 30, that'll keep them away from their wives. Okay? This is all part of Egypt, man. It's spiritually called Egypt and Sodom, man. Now keep these Negroes from Think about all these brothers that are in prison, man. If they were out here, man, you know the little Negroes running around? Millions of us. But they keep more than 25 million in prison, man. Okay?
Almost half of the population.
More than half now. You understand? It was half in 2018, but when you go to the prison system, man, every day is by bus, you see Negroes dropping off. Okay, to be processed. Okay. That's what's going on with our people, man. Keep them away from their wives. Okay? Put abortion clinics. Put things that now, a lot of times, the milk you're drinking. You see a lot of black people popping girls instead of boys. The milk, it has a lot of hormones, which actually give you more female hormones than males. That's why a lot of black boys are not popping up as much as they used to. You see, women be having more females than males. That's because the hormones, like the cows, what they do with them to give them more milk, they have to add hormones in them. And them hormones are more likely female hormones. You drink that thing, it's unbalanced your system.
You see a lot of times the little boys be coming out so emotional, you know.
Right.
You know, you talk to them, they already start crying. They you know, it's not back then where you have, you know, you say, hey son, don't do this, and you see they walk out. Now you talk to them, they start crying and go to a corner.
Right. It's too much hormones and they're feeding them. Then you know that before the kids say I was born gay. It's not because you were born gay. You were fed gay hormones. Okay. All right. They were giving you that stuff. And all the milk, you see everything is by demographic, man. They said the food they send in your neighborhood doesn't go to the rich neighborhoods. And anyone that work in the industry know that.
Every neighborhood have different type of
food.
Right.
You know, like you go to them white neighborhoods, certain food you see in that store, you don't see it in the ghettos.
Right.
You understand? Certain food you see in your ghettos, you don't see in their stores.
Right.
Okay? Because they're dealing wisely. Kill them slowly. Kill them fast. Make sure and by no means let them increase. All right? Read on.
America based on zip code. You got zip code.
Yep. Zoning laws.
Zoning laws. You send the truck to different type of zone. You know, not the hood.
Right.
You're excluded. Anyway, verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other one was Puah. And he said, when he do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women,
Read.
and see them upon the stool, if it be a son, then he shall kill him.
You shall what?
He shall kill him.
Read.
But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Right. So these women were nurses. They were nurse assistants. I know some of you sisters. I've learned that stuff. But they, as the sisters, man, that's what I want you to do, man. But you know, a lot of our sisters are participating in killing babies too. They're nurses, they're HHA, they're LPN or whatever, RN, doctors. They're helping the white men kill black babies. You know what I mean? As a sister, man, you see a black woman walk in that clinic, supposed to pull her on the side and do your best to save that baby.
That's right.
And not kill the baby. You should have, a lot of these women are without guidance. Maybe they need an advice. I know you're putting your job at risk, but forget it. Forget my job. I'm not killing nobody for a white man. A lot of you sisters do it anyway. You know, you do it anyway. It's none of your business. But let's see, those sisters, man, they fear the Most High.
And they do think that they don't commit no murder.
Right, you commit murder. You part of the murder, man. I read on that.
In that complex. But verse 17. But the midwives feared the Most High and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men and children alive.
Right.
Verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men and children alive? Verse 19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them.
Right, so that's it, man. I mean, that, you know, that's it. The Hebrew women, they're strong women. Before we even got there, now the Lord put strength on them to push that baby out. So they're not like the children of the Egyptians. The Egyptian that take 40 hours on the table. Women, as soon as that's how our women used to be in Haiti, man. I've seen our women, they never go to doctors. They stay home and have their babies. You understand? They didn't know no C-section. In Haiti, like these wise women, what they call them, femme sage in Haiti, you know. These women, they even know how to do surgery with salt. You know, that cut you open with salt if you can't push the baby. Salt, little. Like, I've never seen something like that. You know, so these women, they were wise women, and they say, man, we ain't killing no babies for Pharaoh. We need more of these women in our communities. You understand? Not participating in abortion and killing babies. But a lot of you, man, you're in the jobs, and you know what's going on. You pretend you don't see it. You don't fear the Lord.
You be like, it's not my business. I don't have to do that.
Man, you got a lot of murder on your plate. If you're a nurse and you participate in those activities, man. All right? These women, they were dealing with Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and they decided not to do it. You can do it too. All right? Read on.
Okay. 19. And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and all delivered the midwives come in unto them. Verse 20. Therefore the Most High dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty.
Right, so the midwives didn't want to kill the Hebrews who would grow more. Read.
Verse 21. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born he shall cast into the river, and every daughter he shall save alive.
Right, so now think about it. He says to his people. So this is why the Most High later on gonna destroy the Egyptians, because they're an accomplice. Because you see a lot of time when we talk about government, the government is made of the people. That's why when the Most High hit, it's going to hit the people. A lot of people say, man, a lot of white people, they'll say, man, I wasn't there in captivity, in slavery. But my parents never owned slaves. But your parents were here, they were paying tax. If they pay tax, they contribute another way to the oppressive system. Right? If you here in America, you ain't doing anything about what's going on with the government, you're an accomplice though. If you pay a dime of tax to continue funding a police department that keep killing black people, you might as well kill them too. What you mean you don't know, you never kill black people? Your money does. See, this is why no one is an exception when it comes to the Most High wrath. And that's what will happen to the Egyptians. Read on that.
Verse 22 and chapter 2, verse 1. And there were a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bare a son, and when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and touched it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flax by the river's brink.
Right.
And sisters stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. Moshe, and the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the children, and when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it.
Right.
And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrews' children. 7. Then said to his sister, to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the women took the child and nursed it.
Right. So you see how the Most High operate? The person that's gonna save Israel, you were looking to kill him, guess what? He's born in your house. The Most High sent him to grow in Pharaoh's house. You know? It's amazing how the Most High, and on top of that, they pay the Hebrew woman to take care of Moses. They pay his mother to take care of him. And he's the one that's going to destroy Egypt later on. See? That's how amazing our power is, man. You think you're so crafty, you think you're so wise. The Most High said, I'll take the wise in his own craftiness. Where that verse at? I need that verse. Where that verse at? I gotta get that one. Alright, hold on. Let me pull that out right quick. Alright. Let me get that. Job 5:13. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The book of Job 5.
After that, get 1 Corinthians 3:19 as well. Job 5:13.
The book of Job, chapter 5, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Job 5:13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong.
Headlong. And he fall down like that, headlong. Yeah, he took the wise in his own craftiness. When he thought he was so wise, the Most High God, the same thing happened to Ammon, man. When he thought he was gonna kill Mordecai and kill the Jews, like he seek his own death. Okay? He was looking for the lives of the Hebrews, but he ended up killing himself. And that's the same thing that happened to Egypt, man. You were killing babies, guess what? Among the babies is where salvation gonna come from. And the most I say, you know what? I'm gonna slap you in the face. The people that's gonna kill you, I'm gonna make you raise them, and I'm gonna make you pay for it. To raise them.
You said Job, right?
That was Job 5, verse 13. Job 5 and 13. Right? So it said, the people that's gonna save Israel, I'm gonna make sure he raised it with your daughter. And there's nothing you're gonna do about it. Get me 1 Corinthians 3:19. You don't understand who the Most High is, man. It's the same thing the Most High did with Esther. Look at his hand. Like a lot of time you're not looking at the hand of the Most High working. The Most High already knew everything was gonna happen. He sent Esther as the queen, just to save us, just for that thing, just for that moment. And when Ammon thought he was gonna kill us, man, we are the most powerful women in power. It's like the most always ahead of the wicked, man. All right, read on.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19.
Bring that out.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
It's what?
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
It's foolishness, man. When you think the wisdom of Egypt is foolishness with the Most High. When the Egyptians think they were wise, let us deal wisely with them. Maybe if we cut off their babies, if we kill the boys, just like America, man, they think they're really wise by putting policies in place, zoning laws, redlinings. You understand? All kind of craftiness in their voting system as well. Do you know in the voting system, there's craftiness too. The way that there's a way they actually shape your counties, they actually separate them. They may have a county that have too many black people, they split it in half. They say now this county can only vote for that side, you can vote for that. Because if that county alone vote for one black person, then that black person will go through power. They say we're gonna split the county. So this side cannot vote for this side. Like they have all kind of craftiness. They think they're so smart. But the Bible say one thing, man, the foolishness of this world, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. The Most High look at them, the Most High laugh at them. Read Psalm 2 verse 1. Huh? Psalm 2 and 1.
The book of Psalms chapter 2 verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine vain things?
Why do they imagine vain things, man? All these things are trying to keep God's people down. All this systematic oppression, which black people can't even see. Like, if you're not wise, you won't see it. But we know one person that see it. That's the Most High, though. All right? He see what's going on in this wicked system. And he's gonna save his people soon. All right? Read on. Where you at? Where this is Psalm 2 and 1.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Most High, and against his anointed saint.
Against his people, man. They take counsel against the Most High and his people. What they say?
Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
What is their cords? Meaning what used to unite us? Let's cut that off. What keeps us together is God's laws. Let's take that away. Let's tell them God's laws done away with. Let's take away their culture. You understand? Let's break their cords, man. Let's find a way to break them apart. That they cannot unite themselves. You understand? But let's see what the Lord gonna do to these nations. Read.
He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh.
Shall what?
Shall laugh.
The Most High say, man, I'm gonna laugh at these Edomites, man. Because one thing Esau don't understand, brothers, they don't understand what's gonna happen in this earth. Let me help you out. Get me Psalm 7 and 15. They don't understand what's coming for them. Just like the Egyptians didn't see it coming. They don't understand that every single plan they make is gonna fall on their own heads. Read that. I'm gonna show you something.
The book of Psalm 7 verse 15.
Read.
He made a pit and dig it, and is falling into the ditch which he made.
You see that? He dig a pit. Then he gonna fall in that pit he has made. Now, I'm gonna tell you something really good. I'm gonna listen to this really good. You see all this trap they set for black people? You see what's gonna happen this last day? We as a nation will repent, and white people gonna pick on all this culture they've put them on black people. Their people gonna start loving evil rap. Their people gonna start, you already see the plague in the white community. You know, they put drugs in our neighborhood, hoping that we smoke crack and destroy ourselves. What's gonna happen this last day? We're gonna repent, they're gonna keep the crack. We're gonna get out of the ghetto, they're gonna possess the ghetto. That's why the Most High said in Isaiah 14, he says, all those that used to be over us, world will be reversed. Because they don't understand everything they put in the black community is going back to their communities. And at the end of the day, we will repent, they won't. And we're gonna have a trading places. You see a lot of time, you know, white people, they would that be so easy on other white people, right? Like you see all these people that go in the Capitol, destroying things, they just let them go for free. That's fine. But one thing I know though, if you have a son, you don't correct him, oh yeah, he's gonna go wild. America won't be destroyed by black people. It's white people that will destroy America. That's why the Most High said, look, the kingdom was destroyed without hands. Meaning it's not any foreigners that's gonna destroy it. It's not black people you should worry about. It's those poor white people that they refuse to punish in the court system. Whatever they do, they let them go. They give them a pat in the back. Okay, no problem. The more wild they become. You understand? What you got?
Revelation 13 verse 9 and 10.
Uh-huh.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Read.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
At the end of the day, that's what the Lord leading them, to captivity. Read.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Must be killed. So this is where, at the end of the day, all these things they actually put that whole, all these policies, these red lines, believe me, it's gonna go against them. The drugs, the gang life, you understand? The guns they put everywhere, it's gonna turn against them. You understand? Read.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So this is our patience, this is our faith. That's what we're waiting for.
Come.
That the Lord turn everything headlong. The craftiness fall off on their heads. Because they think you're so smart. I always say that. If you throw a rock in the air, it's gonna fall on your own head. Eventually. Keep throwing it. Okay? It's gonna, like, you cannot be in America and you promoting drugs in the neighborhood. What do you think gonna happen? You know, like, white people wanna be, like, we are cool people. Everybody perceives us as cool people. So, when you promoting drugs on TV, what do you think white people gonna wanna do? They'll do. That's why white people right now, they're wild, rapping and, you know, hanging low. You can see the switch is happening already. They're picking up all these evil culture that America has put forward. And guess what? Even white people now, a lot of them like, I don't want to go to school, I want to rap, I want to play football, because they're inspired by black people. Before you know it, what's going to happen? Headlong. All the craftiness go back up on their heads. And God's people will return, and we're returning already. You understand? And they're going to go down. Because let me tell you something. There's not that destroy people faster than lack of knowledge. Stupidity and foolishness. You understand? You promote foolishness so we can stay foolish. Now your people's picking that up. They're eating that. Good. That's what you get for being wicked.
Outside, can you guys lower your voice, please?
Right. Okay, so this is what happens, man. Let's read on.
Give me a second.
Right, so that's what's gonna happen in these last days, man. And that's what happened to Egypt. They thought they were so wise, man.
Okay.
The Egyptians thought they were so wise, but what ended up happening? Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Welcome, brother. Good, good. Have a seat, brother.
Welcome back, man.
All right.
Shalom.
All right.
Praises, man.
All right, so we're in Exodus chapter 1. You got your Bible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all praise.
We're currently at Exodus chapter 2. Exodus chapter 2, verse 5. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maiden walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the women took the child and nursed it.
Now you were trying to look to kill the savior of Israel. Now you're gonna pay to raise it. You understand? This is how he had the Most High. He's always of these fools, man. They think they're so smart.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? They think they're so good. Now the Most High gonna make you pay to raise Moses, and he's gonna be the one destroying Egypt later on.
Right.
I'm gonna send him in your empire, in your kingdom, and you gonna nurse that baby, and you gonna pay for it. Thank you. Okay, isn't that great?
That's it.
How the Most High is powerful, man. You know, these nations think they think they got it, man. They think they're so ahead, man. You know, but they don't understand, and that's why I always tell you, brothers. Even with the Edomites, they feel like they're scientifically, higher than us, but they always like, man, watch these Negroes, man. We don't know if we ahead or not, for real. Because the Bible said the name Jacob means what? To supplant. You understand? Because meaning we're going to surpass them at one point. So they always be like, man, we got to do, watch them. Like when they see me, I'm picking up books at the thrift store, they got white women looking at me. It's a Negro reading. You understand? Why is he buying books? That shouldn't happen. We taught them to read.
Mm-hmm.
He's reading! You understand? That's bad.
Yeah, this is one thing they hate about us, the progress that's going on in
Oh,
us.
yes.
They hate us to progress. They don't want us to do anything, just to stay in the hood and smoking dope. That's the only thing they perceive of us.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? But when they start seeing a brother picking up a book and read or building business for themselves, they're like, what's going on? What's going on there? Let's send a spy to spy on them. Let's see what they're up to.
Man, I even have a brother that used to be at my plantation. Brother have a nice car, man. He live in a white community, man. Every morning he find a new scratch on his car. Every morning, bro, there's a new scratch. They don't like that. They don't like. He has a new car. He shouldn't have a new car. It's a very nice Toyota, man. The new models that came out. They scratch his car, man.
I was watching a documentary, a black man.
Can you guys get this guy out? No, put him out. Put him out. If he's not gonna follow me, he's out. Brother, can you go out?
Go sleep outside, my man.
Go sleep outside. Come on, do it. Alright, bro. This is not the beach, man. Now, you can't be tired. You're not even working yet. Young brother tired like that. What's wrong with you?
Black guy, he's a businessman, and he's making business, and then he was sleeping, but he came out.
Let him out.
So he live on those people that have money and they live on the hotel, but or flow by themselves.
Right.
Him and his girlfriend, and police come and arrest him, saying that he have money laundry because where did he find all that money? He's a
Right.
black man.
Hey, that's happening all the time. A black man, you drive a nice car, man, you gonna get stopped often.
Yeah.
You understand? Because these people don't wanna see you progress.
No, I got stopped one time too. You know, I was going to work. Literally, usually I like to keep my car clean, and that guy saw me.
It's a nice being,
It was a BMW at that time, and he got the 22 rims. Looks nice, the silver one. Man, I was coming in, and the cop was going out of an exit, a stop sign. And he noticed he saw a black guy, and I was going my dread at that time. He quickly make a turn, and he stopped me. He said, "Hey, do you know that your window is too dark?" And he said, "It's like a 0.5." I'm like, how can you determine it's a 0.5? We don't even have a tester to test it. And he said, "Can I see your driver license?" And he took my license, and he said, he just checked to see if I stole the car. And then he come back, he said, you can go. He said, "Where you work at?" I'm like, "I work, my job is right there." And he said, "You can go."
Yeah,
He didn't tell me nothing after that. He said, "You can't go."
I think a month ago or so, there's the guy that designed Versace is a black man. They stopped him. The cop was saying, "Oh, that those are some nice shoes you got here." I'm like, "What do you mean? He got some, like, you just stopping him because he got some nice shoes." You see, this is what's going on, man. But we know, man, like, that time will come, man. That time will come. Let's go back to Exodus.
As the scripture says, he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. They're not going to get away with whatever they've done to us, man.
They think they will.
Exodus chapter 2. We live on verse 7 now. Exodus chapter 2, verse 7. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go?" I read that before. Verse 10. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moshe.
Right. Moses become like, how does that happen, man? Like, you trying to kill them Israelites from rising against you, and now the person that's supposed to save Israel, you raise them and you pay for it. This is amazing.
So I'd be like,
Couldn't get better than that.
So I'd be like, put some respect on my name.
I said, I'm gonna show you how I do this thing out here, man. You think you're so smart and wise. See, that's why the Most High say, I think the wise in his own craftiness. Like, you think you're so wise, I'm gonna show you I'm wise.
Yeah.
You understand? And look at America, man. A long time ago, you see all our black men teaching in the streets now. Even white people, like, man, I don't understand. Like, they're reading. You understand? They're supposed to be ghetto and not teaching Bible stuff. And the crazy thing is, you got scholars coming in front of us that can stand. It's like, we studied this book for a year. How you guys figure it out? You got scholars that cannot stand in front of brothers that never been to a so-called college, biblical college. Theology. How you gonna study God? Theology. Foolish, man. See, but when we pick up the Bible now, they're like, man, these Hebrews, man, they know so many scriptures. You understand? They're even having Christian class on how to debate Hebrews. Yeah. They're scared, man. Yeah, they have Christian class, man.
You see,
on how to debate. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the
But, Yeah. Yeah, they're scary, man.
Most not gonna deal with them. All right.
No, man. Look, man. That push us to study harder. Cause the thing is, we ain't gonna go down with a defeat. You studying us, don't worry. The more the Most High give us knowledge. Because at the end of the day, what these pastors are realizing when they're studying Hebrews and they're coming out to fight against us, like in terms of scriptures, they're realizing they're accepting a lot of what we're saying for truth. Because you cannot fight it. And we have many pastors that try that and they become Hebrews.
And that's it.
You understand? Because you can't fight the truth. When Christ said, I only come for the children of Israel, what you going to say against that? You going to say it's a lie? Christ said
I'm
it.
a child of Israel.
Christ said it.
That's what I can say.
What can you say? So if you study Hebrews, two things going to happen. You're going to abandon the Bible or you're going to drain us. Because we only teaching the truth.
Yep. Can't add or take away.
You can't fight against that. All right, let's go back.
You come. Can you check the AC, please? Thank you. And she said, because I drew him out of the water.
That's what the word means, Moshe, meaning the one drawn out of water. Read.
And it came to pass in those days when Moshe was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew.
Right, so although Moses was a rich man, you could say, raised as a prince type of, but he still remembers his brethren, man. He's not like these cats, man. As soon as they live in rich side of town, they forget there was a poor side of it. I'm telling you, man. So I always say that it's not a money problem we suffer as a nation. It's an ungrateful problem. There's a lot of them that don't do like Moses. They don't go back to see their people, man. The oppression and what's going on. They forget the bad. Just like I was watching that movie where the white woman actually helped that football player. I don't remember, Sandra Bullock, And she passed by the gate. She's like, is this America? She's like, I don't know that existed in America. She literally said, a lot of white people don't, they talk trash about black people. They've never been to the ghettos, man. Yeah, they passed by that. No, that's Haiti. No, that's in Haiti, right? It's like, no, that's America. Actually. No, that's not Haiti. That's America. And they said they would wonder if this is America. It's the same thing for us. When we go in this rich white neighborhood, we come back to the hood. You're like, okay, the hood look really bad now that I come from, a rich place.
I want to just kind of introduce myself. How y'all doing? My name is
Shalom, brother.
I just kind of want to start. I don't want to take over nothing, but I want to let y'all know. I just pop in about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I seen the brothers out there. I was driving by and I U-turned because I had never seen the Israelites in FORT-LAUDERDALE. So I seen them brothers, and while he on this story, I was living in California and I came to FORT-LAUDERDALE to visit my kids, and we just moved back to Florida. And I told them brothers, I said, when I move back, I'm coming to see y'all. So while he on this story, this is the raw truth. I came back to see it was him, and him. And I got this picture on my Instagram just as a validation of me just meeting them and just coming out. It's just an open-hearted conversation we had for about 5 minutes, and that's what brought me in the doors today. So my name is your brother O. I'm your brother O, and Instagram son of y'all. And I'm just glad to be amongst my Israelite family. You know what I mean? Anybody got any questions, want to talk to me, y'all welcome. But I'm
all right, good brother. Give the brother a hand. God's gonna do it after the lesson, but thank you for doing it. You save us some time. So all praises, man. We appreciate that. You definitely moved down here now?
Oh, yeah, I stay right on the backside.
Okay.
The building right in.
Oh, okay. You right here. God, all praises. All praises. All right. Welcome, brother, man. This
Better don't miss no Shabbat.
you can't miss. He live right there. We're gonna go get him.
I was just out there and I was riding by. I was like, oh, they there.
Of course.
My bike jumped off.
Nah, you can't miss Shabbat now. No excuses. We're coming to get you. All right, brother. All right, that means light, right?
Yes, sir.
I can't know this. All right, so let's read on, man. We glad to have you amongst us, man. It's a good thing.
Verse 12. And he looked his way. It's like verse 11 again. And it came to pass in those days when Moshe was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew, one of his brethren. And he looked his way, this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hit him and the sin.
Right, so, Moses gangster, man. It's like, man, I look left and right, no Egyptian. I killed that Egyptian, man. Okay? You ain't gonna touch my people. That's how it used to be, man. He wasn't used to be cops killing Negroes and Negroes filming it for internet fame. Yeah, that's not how it used to be. You could see one cop kicking a Negroes behind, like beating pregnant women and people just filming. What is this? You understand? We need men that are willing to stand and even die for their own fellow brothers, man. You understand? Let me tell you, if they understand we have that spirit in us, they'll mess with us like that. If they understand, like, whenever you try to jump a black man, 10 show up and beat your behind, what you gonna do, shoot all of them? You wanna start a national crisis?
That's where we came from. NFAC, that's where they came from.
You understand? You ain't gonna shoot like 20 people, 10 people. You understand? Nah, you're gonna have to calm down. But they understand that. And that's what happened when they had that hold up with the FBI, the white people. They got a land somewhere and they got guns and stuff. The FBI had to go nice on them.
You talking about in Waco, Texas?
Yeah, that. They came with guns and stuff. They were ready for a fight. The FBI said, okay, we saw it, guys. How can we talk about this?
Oh, you talking about the Mexican on the bridge?
No, not those. The Texas situation. Where these, they have, they call them
The Indians or something?
no, they were white people. They had a compound that held hostage.
Yep.
The FBI say, man,
They backed
okay.
away 'cause they couldn't.
Like, there's a bunch of guys with guns, so what, you gonna start a civil war or something?
Right.
You understand? But when they know there's groups of people that stand strong like that, they can't mess with you. But it's because every black man is taking pictures. Yeah. And saying you taking videos. But Moses wasn't about that lifestyle, man. There were no phones anyway.
But the thing is, that's the problem you see how people are facing right now. A police stop a black man and you see like 10 more cops already comes, right? But if it was the same thing for the brothers, a police stop a brother, be like, hey, I'm getting stopped by police. Next thing you know, like 10 brothers show up. They ain't gonna do nothing.
We experienced that before. Yeah, one brother was in trouble. He called us. We show up, like 4 of us already come. We got this. We tell the cops, we got this. This is a community affair. We got this. Then they leave. They leave. We come in. As soon as we come, it's like we got this. We're a community. We're a Hebrew Israelite community.
Right.
We deal with our own situation. They leave. They literally walk away.
Self-determination.
You understand? We all show up. Like we show up faster than the cops. Because once we came, there was only one. You understand? Then by before they even show up, like 3 or 4 came up, we already 5. You understand? So we were faster than them. Because that's how we deal in this community, man. The cops stop you, call all brothers, man. Send the other out in our group chats. You're gonna see we all show up.
That's it.
And there's a cop that was stopping a guy, by it was no random jig. It's our people, but we all came out. We stand with all our garments. They stopped the guy for no reason on his bike, man. But then they see us, they're like, okay, shoot, them Hebrews. They're like, we all in uniform, that olive is me. You see us with olive, it look at me. So we stand there, just us standing, they let the guy go.
Yeah.
You see, but they understand, this is why they're scared of Hebrews. That's a unity. Yeah, they're scared of that. That's what they're scared of most. It's not a weapon. It's us united.
Man, you want to make sure that, your kids, you're raising up your kids, man. You want to make sure your kid is playing in your neighborhood. There shouldn't be nothing happening to them.
Right.
Understand? They have the right to play without even fear of their life, man. That's what this is supposed to be.
And also the thing is, we inviting them in our community.
Yeah.
Why? Like the Bible says, if you got problem within each other, man, call Call the elder, you know, call someone in the congregation. Let's deal with our own problems.
Yeah.
Why are you calling 911 for? Oh, there come shooting.
Yeah.
And they say, do you know what KKK member is going to show in your house? Because that's what they are.
Especially they already hate your gut.
You don't know which one going to show up, man, and trying to shoot someone. All right, so that's for all of you. You got a problem, even in your house. Your husband, even if he's not in the truth, your wife, any problem, let us know first, man. Don't be calling 911. You understand? We got many people that call 911 for their children. They end up getting shot.
Yeah.
You understand?
We got brothers here, man. We here. We the po, we everything.
Right, we FBI, whatever you want us to be, we're going to be. And do not call the white man.
No, man.
We don't need him in our communities.
Right.
You understand? We don't.
You call him for the brother, and they ended up coming and shoot the brother. Now you husbandless. So that's not gonna happen. Call us and we'll be there.
Right.
We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to Exodus, man.
All right. So we're on verse 12. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand.
He make a quick death.
And when
he dragged him, he's like, I cover him there. And they leave no evidence. Read him. And he's smart. He's not like Jake that be killing guys and just leave them by the side of the street. Finger point is on there. Like, come on, man. You trying to get caught?
No.
At least Moses hide the evidence. I'm gonna make a hole right quick. You ain't gonna know who killed that cat right quick. let's go ahead, man.
Verse 13. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow?
It's like, man, why are you fighting? Like, I just saved one of you yesterday. You understand? From another nation, but now you're fighting too? Okay, but this is our mindset in Egypt, man. Always fighting each other. Can never come in peace. Okay, that's why, where's that verse that says the way of peace they know not? Is that Isaiah 29?
Yeah,
Give me that.
It's Isaiah 29.
It's 18, I think 18. That's Isaiah 59 and 8. You're right. Isaiah 59 and 8. Read that, brother.
The book of Isaiah 59 verse 8.
Read.
The way of peace they know not.
So meaning they don't know how to be peaceful. Okay? If you borrowing your brother some money, you don't make him sign, you don't know the way of peace. Yeah, you don't, because soon if he forgets or something happen, he don't give it to you, that you gotta shoot him. You see? But if you had writing, you put things in paper as the Bible commanded, you wouldn't be dealing with that. You see? The Bible says the way of peace, they don't know how to be peaceful with each other. And to be peaceful is not just saying peace, is to do things to keep you peaceful.
With action, you know? Like you borrowing some money from a brother or sister and said, hey, you need to have some type of evidence that, you know, okay, I lend you $50. Okay? When you go and ask the brother and say, this is the proof that I lend you the $50.
That's all it is.
It's not
difficult.
You being difficult. It's just like you want to make sure that, you know, if something
everything
happens,
is in order. But a lot of our people, they don't know the way of peace too. To them, it's like, we've been friends, man. Why have to sign papers? No, I need record and evidence.
The paper is what make me trust you.
That's where the trust is. You understand? But a lot of our people, man, they're just borrowing money before the guy don't want to give it back. They have to shoot you. And you know, those are the petty things that cause a lot of crimes in the hood. Because people don't do things they're supposed to do. You understand? Like, you see, but there's a lot of other things, you know, holding grudge and all these commitments that if we don't do them, we're never going to be peaceful with each other.
Yeah, a lot of factors that plays with.
Right? So let's go back to Exodus. We need to know how to be peaceful, man. Because we don't know how to. So Moses found those two guys fighting each other. Two Israelites in Egypt. And let's see what happens.
Verse 14. And he said, who make thee a prince and a judge over us?
Right, so where it says, why you all fighting, man? Your brothers. He said, who made you a judge, man? Don't judge me, that's a Christian. So don't judge me. I can be a homosexual. I can be whatever I want. The same thing they say, man. Who made you a judge over us? Read on.
Intendest thou to kill me, as thou killest the Egyptian?
You see that? Remember, before Moses killed that guy and leave no evidence, he looked left and right.
Only the guy he saved them from the Egyptian.
So the guy he saved probably going around and blabbing.
Yeah.
Oh, Moses killed that Egyptian. He killed him.
Yeah, cold blooded, man. Like, he didn't need to do that. I could defend myself, but he killed. Let me tell someone about it.
He was gonna kill you.
See, but this is the mindset of our people in America too. Snitches, man, they get stitches. You understand?
Snitches get stitches.
Right? Literally, long time ago, if you snitch, man, that literally stitch your mouth.
Yeah.
Without anesthesia or anything like that, you're gonna get
Make
it.
you stop talking.
Yeah, you talk too much. And they say, this man trying to save your life from a stranger that you see, this is the kunri you're talking about. You understand? They always love their nations more than their own people.
Well, they still have like a bondage mindset.
Right, that's what happened when you're in slavery, man. Okay? You're willing to tell the nation, hey, he did that. As I said, man, the most dangerous person in the universe is a Christian. Because when he's loving that white man, that's his idol. Whatever his idol asks him to do, that's what he's gonna do. If he have to spy on his brother, if he have to kill his brother, tell the FBI where he's hiding, he's gonna. That's why I tell you, man. That's why Mashiach say, "Who's your brother and your mother and your father? Is your own people. It's people that fear the Most High." Because the other ones, man, that's why it says mother gonna stand against father and father against son. Because what? The ones that are brainwashed, man, they're gonna sell you out.
That's it.
Man, can I let you?
Right.
I was at my auntie funeral today. That's why I came in, and my family hasn't seen me. All of my family hasn't seen me since I converted to Israel, which was last November. Man, they asked me why did I walk out when people was, cause I went to a funeral in a Jesus Christ praising church to pay homage to my auntie. So y'all know how hard it is for me to be in there while they and I'm in fringes. So I'm like. So I gotta walk out. So, and then my auntie said, "Where you leaving?" Because I was on my motorcycle. She said,
I see white Jesus, obviously.
I said, "Auntie, I can't praise Jesus. I praise the Most High. I'll be your way." She was like, "Oh, okay," and just went back inside. So I waited for them to do their funeral thing, and then they walked my auntie out. And so that's when I re-engaged with my family. But they was kind of thrown back that I didn't want to engage in the praises of Jesus Christ because I'm Yahweh. I'm Yahweh, and I'm like, it was just too much to explain to them. And then a curse word slipped out of my mouth. I was like, who? And it was like, he's gonna do that on church grounds. And I was like, listen, Yahweh did not tell me I couldn't do this. That's y'all praising Jesus Christ. Okay, on church ground. Not that is disrespectful, but y'all honoring the wrong idol, man. Y'all honoring the wrong thing, and y'all not gonna sit and expect me to honor that with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's all.
See, that's what happened, man. But these people, as I say, man, if you make someone your idol, you're willing to do anything for it. Okay, so and that's what happened, and that's what happened to that Israelite cat, man. It's like, we heard you kill that guy. We're about to tell Pharaoh. It's another way of saying, man, if you don't be quiet, Moses, getting in our business, I'm gonna tell Pharaoh about this, don't I? I got your secret.
And they still went and tell Pharaoh anyway.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what I'm telling you, your people is the most dangerous people when they're brainwashed. Because why do you think we couldn't get freed from slavery in America? You see that movie, Nat Turner, there's that little Negro that go tell his uncle Esau, he tell him, yeah, that's what they're doing. It's always a snitch, man. Because they're brainwashed. Okay? They love the system. And one thing you gotta know, Esau, whenever you snitch on your own people, you don't trust you. He's gonna kill you. Because we had many examples in Haiti. Those guys I used to work with, you don't mind. Now they're in prison. God, they're gonna destroy you. If you can't do that to your own people, what you think they're gonna trust you? If you can spy and get your own people destroyed, now they're gonna put you buddy with them. If you don't respect your own people, you think they're gonna expect you to respect them? You must be out of your wits. Understand? All right? Let's read on, man. And that's what happened to that guy, man. Say, man, I'm about to tell Pharaoh on you. Okay? Read on. Verse 19.
Verse 19. And they said, an Egyptian.
Oh, verse 15.
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Pharaoh heard these things, he sought to slay Moshe. But Moshe fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now, the priests of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came in and drew water and filled the trough to water their father's flock. And the shepherd came and drove them away. But Moshe stood up and helped them and watered their flock. And when they came to Ruel, their father, he said, how is it that he are come so soon today? And they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock.
Right? This chapter here is the reason why they had to paint Egypt white. Because if you want to take the place of the Jews, you have to paint the Egyptians white.
Mm-hmm.
Because Moses was called an Egyptian. Paul was called an Egyptian. So Egypt is collateral damage to white supremacy. They didn't intend to destroy all this culture they paint white. Mm-hmm. You see, but because when they read the Bible, they'll realize, dang, Egyptians and Israelites were like that. So if we're going to destroy the image of the Israelite, we might as well take Egypt with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were, like, many times the Israelites went between Egypt. Now think about it. The whole history of the Bible began where? In Africa. Like, Christians have this delusion in their mind that everything was happening in Europe. Because Hollywood put that in your mind. A bunch of white people walking around.
It wasn't Jerusalem.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, like, the whole history of the Bible, it was happening in that landmass we call Africa. You understand? But a lot of these people, when they watch too much movies, man, they're seeing a bunch of white people in Jerusalem, in those movies, Pharaoh and all the slaves are white, Pharaoh's white. You must be out of your mind, man. Okay? Because Egypt was Africa. We go to Canaan, was the land of Ham. Like, come from Africa to Africa. Black people. Everything was black people. Yeah, that's why these people say an Egyptian saved us. They didn't even recognize him as an Israelite. So meaning what? They had to look alike. See, this is why what Napoleon, he had to go to Egypt and break the nose and the mouth of the Sphinx. Because they're looking too Negro to him. Okay? These people were too black, so we have to make them a little. Till this very day, white people going to Egypt and scratching their faces, with chisels, trying to make them a little whiter. You understand? That's what they do, man. It's crazy. But again, here it's proving that the Egyptians had physical characteristics the same as the Hebrews. I read on.
Verse 16. Now the priests of Midian had 7 daughters, and they camped and drew water.
You read that already.
Oh. So like verse 18. Verse 18. And when they came to Ruel, their father, and he said,
verse 21. Verse 20.
20. And he said unto his daughters, and where is he? Why is it that he have left the men? Call him, that he may eat bread.
Read.
Moshe was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moshe Zipporah, his daughter. And she bare him a son, and he called his name Gershon, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land.
Right, so that strange land is Egypt. Right, so now, you know, Ruel having 7 daughters, you heard a man save your daughter, man. Might as well give him one.
Oh, yeah.
There's 7 daughters. It's a burden. The Bible said, man, it's a father's dream to marry their daughters. You got 7 daughters, man. You gotta find a man eventually for each one of them. So might as well bring them in. Why you living by the well? Y'all could benefit from this. Okay.
We'll find the opportunity, man. Like, oops.
Sound like a good man to me. If he can save y'all, bring him over that he eat some bread.
As a protector.
And Moses was content. He's like, man, I was homeless. I didn't know where I was going.
I got a wife.
We all benefit 50-50. All right, let's read on.
Verse 23, and it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel signed by reason of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage.
Right, so this is what we gotta do in the last day. We have to cry and cry unto the Most High. You understand? Then that's when they start. When he says they cried, meaning they were singing, they were praising, they were praying and fasting toward heaven. That's how you cry to the Most. That's talking about crying like, you know, you need chocolate or something. You know, it's talking about praying, praising. And that's what's happening in these last days, man. We're crying, we're praising toward heaven. And the cry came up because the Most High not gonna save you if you feel like you don't need saving.
You gotta cry to him.
You understand? You have to cry. If you like, man, you know, you hurting, you don't. It's like someone who's hurting, but they don't say anything about it. They ain't taking you to the hospital. You feel fine to me. Okay? So if you need me to save you, you need to start crying. Make sure you know, make it seem like you got some pain at least. Okay? So in these last days, for the Most High to save us, we need to start what?
Hey, kids.
We need to start crying toward the Most High. And where's everybody go? Hello? Y'all done? Yeah, have a sit. Chair's too hot? Chair getting hot? Have a sit, bro. All right, let's wrap it up. We're almost done in a few verses.
Verse 24.
Read.
And the Most High heard their groaning, and the Most High remembered his covenant with Abraham and with Isaac and with Jacob.
Right, so we gotta be groaning and fasting and crying, man, because he ain't sweet out here. You know, because a lot of our people will only care when they shoot one of us, when one of your families. But other than that, you know, if it's not me, I don't care about it. You know, but all these murder happening, all these killings, this poverty. But again, Israel, man, we're gonna be crying soon. Okay? Because things are not getting any easier out here. You know? But a lot of you are hoping Biden's gonna increase minimum wage. That didn't go through the Senate. Okay? Unemployment rampant, house rent. Brother, just come to Florida, man. You see the rent.
I'm from Florida though, but I left and got married and brought her back.
That's the thing.
She see what's going on.
It's like this Florida, as in Florida you never knew. The houses are higher than New York. You understand? So this is the beginning of calamity, man. Because soon, and they're talking about food is running out too.
Food shortages right now.
There's food shortage going on. Like y'all have no idea what's happening right now. Better start growing some food somewhere. You know? Because they're saying the plants, you know, the workers and all kind of things, Corona slow things down. You know, and there were already a shortage of food. Okay, things are about to get worse out here. They even said 2021 would be, there might be a global famine. You understand? So you know, but I guess, you know, we are ease in America. That's why we ain't groaning yet. But soon you're gonna, even the Bible said that in Ezekiel. It's like I heard people crying. I asked myself if it was pregnant women. Say, no, look, behold, grown men of Zion. They have their hands in their loin, they're crying. They're groaning like women in labor. And they said, that's what's going to happen this last day. Grown men will be crying, man. We'll have to cry toward the Most High. Okay, but right now we at ease. We got that food stain. We got that G-O-B. You know, we think we're good. You're going to know when that white man cut that food stain. And that 925 is, you know, they say you need a vaccine card to get that 925. You going to know. You understand? Right now things are good. You going to know. Because the white man setting things up to the point that if you don't have a vaccine card, you can't even travel. That's what they're talking about.
And that's why I moved back to Florida before all that, because in California they already starting to require people to get the vaccine for work.
Yeah, a lot of people actually moving to Florida, and we thank you for raising our rents. Just putting that out, you know. But that's what's happening, man. Like people getting fired from their job already because they don't want to take no vaccine. And we know what's in the vaccine: baby fetus, little babies, man.
Even my DNA and that.
Yeah, everything, man. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. Okay, soon grown men will be groaning, man. Because if we are at ease, we won't want to seek the Most High. Things are too good in America.
Yeah, I was just saying, thousands of people moving like on a weekly basis to Florida, man. I don't know.
And I want to say something. You see, Israel, although the Most High removed them from groaning and oppression, they still say we were better in Egypt.
Yeah.
What if the Most High saved us without groaning? What we gonna say? We still got AC, we still got cars, you understand? We got G-O-B, food stamp, one of them, J-O-B, whatever, you understand? We got all these things that the white men provide. What's gonna happen? We won't wanna leave America.
Comfortable in your captivity.
Yeah. So the Lord gotta put some heat.
Yeah.
Then you'll wanna leave. Wrap that up. Then we end with that.
Read verse 25. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them.
He had what?
Respect unto
The Most
them.
High had respect. The Christians say God has no respect of person. It's not what the Bible says here. He has respect unto the children of Israel. Most High have no respect of wickedness, though. No matter who. But he does respect the children of Israel. Who's slopping? All praise to the Most High by Hashem Yahushai, alright? Alright, we're going to give some praise, then we're going to close the service. Ready? Where's my chat? My chat from? What's on that?
Push the end button.
No. Don't give praise alive, man.
Let me put it doing it. Go for me.
We're gonna do some one. We'll do. We're gonna do 1, 6, and 5. 1, 6, and 5.
It's been a long time in a strange land where there is no love for a Hebrew. My enemies hate me without cause in this place. Oh yeah, I am ready to go back home. It's been a long time in a strange land where there is no love for a Hebrew. My enemies hate me without love in this place. Oh yeah, I am ready to go back home. It's been a long time. It's been a long time in this place. Oh, where there is no love for the Hebrews. My enemies hate me without love in this place. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go back home. 100 years, 100 years of oppression. Oh yeah, there's really love, better what you say, what you say, what you say, they keep coming on to us. Oh yeah, I'm ready. Oh my enemies, I give this right, my enemies. In this world, oh yeah, I'm ready to go back home. My enemies, keep me in this world, my enemies, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go back home. My enemies, keep me in this world, my enemies, yeah. Oh my enemies, show me in this world, my enemies, Oh yeah. Hamashiach, Yahushua, Ma'atanu, Wayom, Hashbat, Hashalom, Borak, Yishrael, Selak, Yishrael, Yishai, Yishrael, Yechak, Shatan, Yechak, Shatan, Tawara, Kamyan, Amen. All praises and honor and glory unto the Most High, our Father, for giving us this beautiful Shabbat day, a day of praise and glory in myrrh, for bringing us together as a people, for it is a beautiful thing to dwell together in unity with the brethren. We pray that you leave us with your blessing of knowledge, understanding, prosperity, and in all things, that we may grow and we can be beneficial not only to our people, but unto the Most High who have called us from darkness to his marvelous light. Let his spirit rest upon each one of us, and let his wisdom, understanding, comprehension, knowledge may be in our heart and our mind, that all the days of our lives we may live exemplary lives to our children that comes after us, and that them where we left off, where we leave off, they may pick up. Pray that you bless this community, grow us in numbers, send righteous men, righteous women, men willing to learn, men willing to change, to make a difference, and that to the end, that we may work toward building the kingdom that you have endowed us to do. Pray that you bless these people, bless Israel. We pray and ask by Hashem Yahushai to water Tamyan. Amen. Shabbat Shalom Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom Yaimu. Barak Hashem Yisrael. Hallelujah Hashem Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom Yaimu. Barak Hashem Yisrael. Hallelujah Hashem Yahweh. All praises and honor to the Most High. Thank you for coming and reaching out. We thank you for being here. Remember donations, commitments, help the community grow, because we have invested a lot in Christianity. Now invest in the truth. All praise to the Most High. May the Most High bless you. Have a good trip.
Stop the streams.
Stop the show.